What's up, family? Y'all come on in the room. Come on in here. Listen, I want to talk to y'all real quick. Let me know if you can hear me. If you can hear me, put a thumbs up in the chat. I'm going to talk to y'all real quick about this spiritual condemnation, this spiritual damnation that a lot of these Bible thumpers be doing. Let me know if y'all can hear me before I even jump in and start talking and spreading my message. Please let me know if y'all can hear me. All right, we got a thumbs up from my love, Dream Wise. Shout out to you, love. Thank you. All right. So listen, I have not shared this story with many people because I know that it may be hard for a lot of people to hear and receive, but I'm going to share it today. And the reason why I'm going to share it today is because I've been posting a lot, speaking my truth about, what I know in terms of religion, spirituality, and life in general. And I get so many people in my comments, saying things like, oh, you serve the devil and, and hell and all of these things like that. So I got to come and set the record straight on some things because I want people to truly know and understand what be going on, right? And I'm sure if you've been on this spiritual journey and you've expressed your truth, I am sure that there are some religious psychopaths, okay, let's just call it what it is, who have also tried to damn you, condemn you, and judge you based off the life that you live, okay? And so I got to tell y'all this story so that you understand how I got to where I am today. And so that you all can get the big picture, okay? So I had two final straws that, they say, oh, that's the last straw before you got to go, or that's the last straw before you're done. I had two final straws within religion before I said, okay, it's time for me to go. It's time for me to figure this out. It's time for me to really know who and what God is within myself and on my own. I had two final straws when I said, you know what? A lot of the hypocrisy going on in the church stunts people's spiritual growth. It stunts people's spiritual evolution. Okay? And it's a lot of these same people that come on my page and say you worship the devil and you going to hell and you ain't know. It's those same people that do not know that they are so spiritually immature. They think that they are the chosen ones to spread the word of God, and everything that they come on my page and say is not of God. Okay, so but I had two final straws, two very real experiences where I said, okay, enough's enough. Y'all let me know if we still here. We still here? Y'all let me know if we still here. My alarm went off on my phone. I'm in the car rider line doing mom duty because I'm blessed like that. I get to do things like that, pick up my kid from school. Y'all let me know if we're still here before I keep going. Okay, still here. Awesome. Thank you for letting me know. So, I was going to church. This was in 2014. I was going to church every Wednesday and every Sunday, going to a very popular church here in Houston. And the beautiful thing about it is that I was invested, right? I was tithing. I was showing up. I was reading my Bible. I was deep in my religious bag and practice. I was getting it in. And I was actually manifesting some beautiful things while doing that work. I remember vividly, I was tithing consistently, and I had tithed this one Wednesday Bible study. I was like, I am tithing. I am sowing the seed. God is going to bless me to manifest my car. And sure enough, within a week, I manifested a Dodge Challenger that was in my own name that I actually could afford, and it was a beautiful thing. A few weeks later, I manifested my own apartment. I was on a roll manifesting. I was believing and having faith in God and what was being spoke to me, right? But this one Wednesday, I went to church, And there's this, it's a praise and worship time happening. And I'm sitting in the church, and all of a sudden, my intuition really heightens, right? And I can see with my two eyes, and I can sense with my spirit, with my energy, I can sense this negative spirit, this negative energy, this negative entity, what some people who do not know what, for lack of a better words, I can sense a demonic energy in this church feeding off of the people who were praising, worshiping, and shouting. This energy was literally, it was vampiric. Like, I literally could sense this energy just kind of sucking up the people's praises and worship. I could sense this energy of people, of this negative energy was literally like eating. Think about it like a vampire who sucks the blood out of their victim's neck. Except the victim's neck was the tears, was the screaming, was the shouting. And this energy is just sucking it up. And it was crazy because this energy was not reciprocal. This energy was not giving back. This energy was not of love. And I rarely share this story with people who are heavily indoctrinated in the church. I rarely share this story because they'll think, oh no, that didn't happen. What do you think a church is supposed to really do? Churches are the most filled with low vibrational, and for lack of better word, because if we really research the word demon, we understand it's not what we've been made to believe it to be. But churches are filled with the most low vibrational energy. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you have people there who are sick, who are broke, who are depressed, where this negative energy, this negative entity has attached to their being, and they're trying to find some sort of resolve. They're trying to find some sort of freedom. They're trying to be relieved, right? They're trying to exorcism. They're trying to have this energy released from them. And so what do? They go to the church. God help me. Pastor help me. And so people think that these energies, people think that these pastors and these choir directors and these first ladies, people think that these people all have the authority to nip that energy in the bud and actually transform it and transmute it. When the reality is, a lot of the churches that you go to, the people do not have that level of power. Let's just be real about it. Because there are so many pastors in the church who are there for ego purposes. There are so many pastors in the church, okay? There are so many people in the church who are not there to actually increase their spirit and increase their actual connection to God. They're there because they're afraid. That's why that old saying goes, if you're scared, go to church. They're there because they're actually afraid. Okay, if I don't go to church, I'm going to go to hell. Let's just be real about it. Okay? If I don't go to church, my family is going to look down upon me. My family is going to condemn me, and so on and so forth. So you're not actually there. A lot of people are not there because they're actually trying to develop their spirit and develop that true connection to God. Because if you really were about that life, you actually don't need church. Church would just be something that you do, because you just enjoy it, right? That's the whole side note. But there are a lot of people in the church that feel like they have spiritual authority to deal with these low vibrational energies, and they don't. And so these energies come into the church and they run rampant. And they suck the energy and the life force of the people that are in that church. And I literally observe that myself. And like I said, I rarely share that story because I know for people that are in the church, it can be offensive. Like, what? Ain't no low vibrations and demons and such in the church. Where else would they be? Why are people going to church? Because they have something. So let's talk about it. Brokenness, not having no money, that's a spirit. Illness, that's a spirit. Infidelity, adultery, those are spirits. You think those people are coming in that church not carrying that on them and not wanting to get relief from that? They are. And so that energy is there and that energy is present. And so people think if I go to church and I praise and worship enough, this energy is going to get off of me, when in reality, you continue to feed it. All right? So I had that experience, a very real experience where I was just like, okay, I saw that, I sensed that this is not right. And I'm not saying that happens in every church, but this very specific church that I was in Houston, it did happen. And I was just like, okay, I'm good. All right, I get it. Another experience I had at a church that really was like, all right, I get it. Actually, my husband that's on here right now, him and I, we had went to one of my family members' church. We were out in the country. We were going to the church because my grandma invited us for something. In fact, my family owns this church. This church is on my family's land, has a lot of history. My grandmother was actually born at this church. So I'm at this church. We're at this church and they do the altar call. And they're like, okay, come down if you need some support. Come down if you need healing. Come down for whatever you need. And this young man, you can tell he was not used to going to church. You can tell that this was all new to him. Young man, he goes down to the altar call, and instead of the pastor nurturing him, nourishing him, loving on him, this pastor literally shames him. I'm talking about, it was so disgusting. Everybody was uncomfortable. We were like, damn, he came down for the altar call. You are supposed to make him feel safe. You are supposed to make him feel secure. You are supposed to make him feel like, come as you are. But this pastor literally shamed this young man for him coming as he is. Pull up your pants. And I mean, just all of the shit, all of the negative stereotypes that are placed on young black men, this pastor called out within this boy. And me and Dream was just like, oh, this is some bullshit. We got to get up out of here. And sure enough, we did. We got up out of there. We were like, all right, we're done. We can't go back. We cannot engage, not even for family. So why do I say all of this? Why am I telling you all of this? I'm saying all of this because there are so many people in the church. There are so many people who comment on my post, who have so much to say, and they think that they are the messengers of God. And what they don't know is that they've been actually serving the false God. And how does a person serve a false God? Let me give you an example. So let's say you are these people, they say they're Christians, right? There are so many Bible verses that say, judge not, or you too shall be judged. Condemn not, okay? There are so many Bible verses that express that. Yet and still, you come on my page, you condemn, you judge, and you damn me. For you to have this false righteousness, to think to think that you have the authority to do that, says to me, you don't even truly know who God is. I mean, like, really think about that. If you are not living the word, you are not in alignment, and you don't have authority to come and tell anybody anything. So when these people are commenting on my page, I'm like, you're showing your whole hand. You're showing me everything that I need to know about you. Now, I have, on the opposite side, I have had many people in religion come on my page, and instead of tearing down, damning, or anything like that, they literally say, hey, well, I just want you to know about this, or I just want you to know about that. And I could respect that. But if you coming on somebody's page saying you going to hell and you worship the devil and you this and you that, you're not living as righteously as you think you are. And you need to stop. But let's go even a little bit further. Because they say, you talking to God or you talking to spirit, but you don't know what God or what spirit you're talking to. Let's go even further into that, and then I got to get off of here because this line is moving. So let's go even deeper into that. When you have a pastor that is cheating on his wife, which I've known many, I ain't gonna call nobody out because a lot of people that follow me on this page went to that same church as me. So I ain't gonna say no names. But when you have a pastor that is cheating on his wife and still standing up in that pulpit, what spirit is he worshiping? He's worshiping the spirit of adultery. When you have a pastor who is money hungry, who takes the money of the church and he buys airplanes and he funds all of his real estate investments and things like that, what spirit is he worshiping? He's worshiping the spirit of greed. When you have a pastor, because a lot of these people get in the church, this constable going crazy over here, so I'm about to have to get off of this phone because he just is going crazy. Anyways, I say this to y'all. Do not allow people, if you're on the spiritual path, do not allow anybody that is indoctrinated in their religiosity to condemn you. Don't believe it. Even if they come in on your page and try to condemn you, it ain't real. Because a person who truly knows God does not condemn others, because they know that if they judge and condemn you, they are judging and condemning themselves. Okay? Understand that a lot of these people who are in religion are also, they are praising a false God. They don't know. They think that they are one and in alignment with the Most High, and they are not. They've been bamboozled. Okay? That's just the facts. You know what I mean? That's just the facts. And so understand that there are so many people who swear that they know God. They vow by their declaration to God, and they don't have it. Understand this, spiritual people. Those of you who are on this spiritual path, now I can't speak for everybody. I can just speak for myself. But can't nobody tell me about knowing God or who or what God is, because I have a relationship with God myself. Been had it, will always have it. All right. So keep those things in mind. Just wanted to share that with y'all, family. Peace. Let me get my baby.